Rooted and rising family, welcome in, welcome in. Let's take a deep breath. I love it, I love it. Let's ring the sound bowl. Hitting my lamp here. Let's ring the sound bowl. Let's ring the sound bowl. Let me move this around. Move it around a little bit. Let's ring the sound bowl. Love it, love it, love it. I do. I do. I am going to multitask as always because life is life. It is what it is, okay? So I'm just saying you won't see me look up and move stuff around, all right? Because I am going to multitask. We are just going to use the standard tarot. So I may show you the cards, but may not hyper focus on showing you the cards. Because some of them, they're unclothed. I think that last reading, the devil card came out, and when I uploaded and watched, like, oops. But it is what it is. Because, I think like the man and woman that are chained up, I think that one is unclothed. But see, it's not obscene, but, rules. So I may just show quickly and put it down, in other words, or cover it up. All right. Yeah. Anyway, standard tarot, sometimes it's great to use it, obviously, and use the standard meanings, and so you can see the standard symbols, all right? So I don't always have to explain sometimes with the other decks what is typically on the card sometimes, because sometimes it tells us, the images on the card, speaks for itself and tells us different things. All right, disclaimers, of course, this is a collective reading, so we have to take what resonates and leave what does not. Everything is not for everybody and will not be for everybody, right? If it doesn't fit, don't force it to fit, all right? It may not fit right now. Some things are unfolding, as readings are timeless readings. So, you meet the reading, in time or when it's applicable to you sometimes. All right, so down the line, it may be applicable. Right now, it may not be. All right, for others, it may all just be story time and entertainment. That's wonderful. Sometimes we just like people's energy. We just want to sit in their energy and enjoy it. All right, nothing wrong with that as well. All right, again, take what fits, leave what does not. Don't force it to fit. In tarot readings, oracle tarot decks, we use those. We are talking about energies. All right, masculine energies, feminine energies does not necessarily mean male, female. Sometimes you get a sense of who spirit is mainly addressing, but it does not mean that it's not the other energy or even the other gender. You put yourself wherever you feel like you fit in your energy and wherever your divine pairing fits, however you match that. All right, my preference is male. So when I say divine masculine or I speak male female, that's not me telling you that that's what fits for you. All right, it means you put yourself in whatever role you're in, your divine pairing and whatever role they're in, okay? All right. Again, energies and the attributes of the card don't mean gender. All right, let's move on along with it because I don't have a lot of time. All right, what I thought was interesting today, from 2 oracle decks, I already pulled the cards. And I kind of just felt drawn to just do that today. As sometimes I may do that to either, sometimes soothe, or sometimes it's just, something about that deck today. Let's get into it. But this deck, Abundant Attraction, the Oracle of Accelerated Manifestation. All right, there are 3 cards that really stood out to me. All right, especially for the Rooted and Rising family. I was like, that's nice. And then it was like, okay, why don't you keep going, get the feeling, just keep going with that. All right, and pull one more. So, okay. All right, so I'm like, okay, well, apparently we're doing something today. So we'll do it. All right, so we did get 3 cards from that deck. All right, and then to complement the 3 cards, we pulled from the faces of Oshun, Yoruba goddess. Um, it's a long story sometimes to go into, but for those who know, and for those who don't, look into it on your own if you just want to know. Yoruba goddess, a lot of people who also practice hoodoo will sometimes know more so about Oshun, S-H like shh, or depending on where you're from, we'll say Osun, as in like soon. All right, so depending on what region you're from, you may say this differently, or the other names for Oshun. They kind of mimic the in the Catholic Church, the saints. All right, which is why I say a lot of Black people will know this, because during during those times when were transplanted somewhere else and they wanted to hide a lot of what they did, they kind of did it that way. But that's neither here nor there. All right, not like it's unimportant. What I'm saying is, if you want to know more about it, go look into it, just for you to know who she is, for those who those who don't. All right, she kind of mimics the Empress. So the attributes of the Empress: abundant, fertility, goddess. She's like that, goddess of abundance, so people who practice with her, and they want to have actual children, so they may ask Oshun to help, right? Because she is the goddess of fertility, put it that way: fertility, abundance, beauty. She's a goddess of beauty as well. She kind of mimics the Empress in the traditional tarot, for those who don't. All right, you can look more into it only if you want to, but anyway, this is what we'll use. This one has a guidebook, the other one does not. I'll read from her guidebook, but it doesn't mean, like I said, like there won't be other interpretations of it. All right. Okay. Yeah. She's something else, y'all. She has an interesting story. You'll find out about her honeypot. She's a seductress. She don't play. That's a real thing. Her honeypot. Yes. Right. She used her honeypot in her favor. She had to go calm somebody down that was tearing something up. And they sent Osun. And she said, all right, I got this. She did her dance and used her honey pot. And somebody liked it, the taste of her honey, and calmed it on down. I'm not making it up. You want to go learn the story? Go learn it. All right. Anyway, back on focus, right? The first one we got from the Abundant Attraction Oracle deck. And I think this is going to be a pretty good reading. I honestly don't think it's going to be all rainbow and sprinkles, though. But I just get a real sense, a real feeling for it. It's like the outcome of some things, will outweigh some things, it seems. And I'm only looking at one of the Oshun cards, judging that there must have been something. Okay. First card is conscious. Sometimes, words. All right. Okay. All the people who are sticklers for grammar and pronunciation and all of those things. All right. Breathe a little. But any conscious creator, be clear about the life you desire. Write it down, visualize it, and feel as though it is already here. The universe responds to precise, unwavering intentions. And we've spoken before. I forgot this instant was here. I'm like, why is this wafting? Let me move it over here. Anyway, but we've kind of gotten something like this before. We might even pull from this one today. The Money Manifestations Oracle was talking about focusing despite different obstacles or different life situations that resonated with some of the Rooted and Rising family. And the key to unlock some things there was about focusing. And In that card, I believe, was talking about concentrating on the thing, actually doing the thing. Don't be laxy daisy. Focus on it. Was a good time to focus on it, and that would also, in turn, heal some of those things. But it could also be utilized in a healthy way that could also be pretty abundant for the rooted and rising family. All right, you could turn those situations into things that could actually be lucrative for you. All right, but anyway, conscious creator. All right, they want you to set very good intentions, because it seems what they're saying, the universe is responding what it's saying, and now is the time to work on it and to do it. All right, act like it is already here. That means work like it's here, and be clear about what you want. Don't waver in it. All right, actually do the thing. So no matter what it actually looks like, if it doesn't look like it's amounting to anything, they're saying don't focus on that. All right, work at it like it's already here. Do the thing, or keep doing the thing. Put your efforts there, especially when those who are like me, juggling life and which is work, right? And things that are away from work, who are juggling multiple things. They still want you to really focus on the thing that you know that you needed to start or work on. Whatever you're creating, whatever you are doing, whatever you feel have been pulled to do and you started to do, continue to give it your focus, all right? But your intentions or your mindset, must be like it is already here. Don't have a wavering mindset like, oh, this is not going to turn out how I wanted it. This is not going to amount to much. We don't need that mindset, okay? And again, what you don't think sometimes is a lot, you may not fully be aware of what the impact of what you started now already has had on somebody or will. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Leader of light. Your purpose, and I rooted in rising family leaders, a group of leaders, a group of people who are supposed to be in the forefront of something. All right, leader of light, your purpose is greater than your doubts. Hence, conscious creator. All right, keep your intentions like it's already here. Your purpose is greater than your doubts. The right people, networkings, the ones who resonate with your truth, are waiting for you to step fully into your power. Realize who you are, all right? Speak with confidence and they will come. That's reiterating to work on that thing and keep your mind and your intention set, all right, on what you want so you can manifest it, kind of like the magician's card in the tarot, all right? It's a great time. Universe or spirit or whatever it is that you practice and believe in is ready and listening and saying, okay, but they're going to move in the way that they move according to how you move and how you feel and how you think. All right. Yes. And there was another one. All right. And that's not me not knowing where to go. It's just what I was thinking and trying to remember. Conscious creator, again, it's about intentions and the universe responding. All right. People who do that are heavy into Bible as well. So not just people who are Christianity and other people or other groups use the Bible. So however you use it. So the Bible will tell you, you go look it up, all right, about writing the vision and making it plain so that they may run and not faint. All right. Making your intentions plain. It's writing the vision. All right. Spirit, guides, ancestors, the Holy Spirit, whatever you're believing in. Angels, because the Bible will talk about the angels going ahead of you. All right. What are they going ahead to do? What are your intentions? Make it clear. All right. I'm just trying to make it applicable to everyone. All right. What are they running ahead to go and prepare for you? All right. You can look that up. So many easy ways to look those verses up and get exactly what it says and where it is in there. I'm paraphrasing. Okay. About the angels going ahead of you, kind of preparing the way. How do they do that? All right. Writing the vision out is biblical for those who are going to be set on the Bible. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. That's what you like. That's what you like. All right. And yeah. But I was thinking of a different one. And yeah, that's what it was about speaking those things that be not as though they were. I'm putting it in a context where multiple people can relate. So if you don't, Bible is not your thing. You're so against, I don't know, religion or Christianity, whatever. You have to be able to take wisdom. All right. You have to be able to hear and get it. All right. So it's the same thing. All right. Speaking your intentions, speaking those things that be not as though they were, are like this card, conscious creator, speaking your intentions. All right. What it is that you really want. Basically, you're getting a mindset change. You're fixing your heart and your mind. All right. Because as a man thinketh, so he does. Right. So that you can go and get the thing because you've got a heart and a mind to do it. All right. What does with me in the Bible say? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. All right. We want our mouth to speak great intentions and to move forward in them. Right. So we change our heart. We change our minds. We speak our intentions. It means we're going to go towards our intentions, and then our spiritual health, whatever that looks like for you, Holy Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors, depending on whatever you do, well, they can run with it. All right. How do we help? We don't know what to do. I don't know. They can want it all day long for you. It's just work that you got to do, right? Right. All right. That's your part. All right. That's what we like in that too, is what I wanted to say. All right. Speak with confidence. They will come. Your help is here. And based on one of these Oshun cards, I think this is about, I'll wait for that. I will wait. Okay. Also, for whatever reason, I want to say about this conscience creator. Wow, we are really on it. It is what it is. Looking at the time. No, it was this one. Yeah. The leader of light, your purpose is greater than your doubts. The right people, the ones who resonate with your truth, are waiting for you to step fully into your power. Okay, I don't know. And this is not going to be for everybody. For those who are already kind of out there, and already working towards something. All right, maybe you have been pinpointed down and people know you as one thing. And maybe you have had other creative ideas and other avenues that you want to kind of go down that don't look like what you've already been doing. All right. But it's hard to get away from how people already associate you and what they associate you with. Okay. I think leader of light speaks to that. All right. I think, again, for those it's fits for, those who are known for a certain avenue, and I am speaking to people who are already already may have a following. So say you're on social media. This is an example, so I can make it clear. Say you're on let me stop. Okay. I'm telling on myself. Think about back in the day, the video vixen, back when music videos were the thing. You had the video vixen. You always had the it girl in the videos, right? And she was just that. That's what they called her, the video vixen. And a lot of times, she would start to be known because a lot of people would request her a specific, a popular one, I guess, in their video because people started to know who she was. But she still was what she was, a video vixen. She was known for being in all the music videos as the it girl, right? As the beautiful one that everybody wanted, or was dressed very sensually. And, and maybe her job was to just shake it a little bit for the cameras, get her check and go home. All right, well, what if she, already known as the it girl, well, now she wants to have a home cooking show. She wants to be at home. Say she started a family. And so she wants to start over in something new, but people already know her as the vixen. All right, so that's all they see. They don't see anything else. So in order to keep her following, her knowing, even to keep things rolling in money-wise. That's kind of what she keeps doing. All right, interviews and different things like that have to do with her being how people know her. But she has other desires, because Video Vixen was not just a video vixen. Video Vixen went to school for other things that she desired, and is actually quite intelligent. As in, to be a video vixen, she wasn't stupid. She was intelligent enough to use her beauty in a way that would be lucrative for her, right? Well, now she wants to get out of that, right? This is saying people who will resonate with you will resonate with you. You may lose a lot of people, yes. And you may have to rebuild, yes. But don't be afraid to do that, all right? Because people who resonate with who you really are will follow you, all right? Let the ones fall away that needs to fall away. But it's the time. Make it clear. Write the vision plain. And make it clear what you want and do it, all right? Your purpose is greater than any doubts you may have. And this is everybody on a whole. All right. And as a whole, the right people will follow you. I said earlier, a lot of readers literally will do this. And I'm not knocking nobody. So don't go, I don't want nobody acting like, oh, she's over here talking about other readers. They literally will take these deck of cards, Oracle decks, right? And they will just do like this. And they would just let a bunch of cards fall out, and see, there it came out, and they would say a bunch of stuff. Right? I don't do that. And right? And it's going to take more time and be a little longer. But I don't do that. I'm not going to just do this and then start talking about anything I see and calling it something. All right? No. Not everybody doing that. It's just calling it something, but a lot are. And I'm not going to do that. Okay? It means if you don't resonate, you don't resonate. It means it's a slower build, but it'll ultimately be a build that I prefer. Will I be honest? Will some people just watch because I'm a pretty lady? Yeah, that's a prerogative. Sure. But for the most part, it'll still be built on the people who resonate. That goes for those who want to switch into something else, okay? Doesn't mean you have to totally let go. You can find a way to kind of gradually get there, but you should not be afraid to step into the new because they know you as this, like an actor or actors being typecast, okay? A little long-winded, but whatever else. All right, so last card from this oracle. Yeah, I'm gonna have my child come a little later and you get all those cards that Mama just threw under this desk. Yes, Lord. That's one of the benefits of children. Just go and get it. Work it out. Okay. Legacy of wealth. All right. Quick riches come and go. This is the build, right? But true prosperity is built with patience and purpose. All right. As these two, conscious creator, leader of light is saying that what you're building is a legacy of wealth. All right. Patience comes with it. All right. But it's aligned with your purpose. That's why those who want to switch don't have to worry about it. All right. Even the results aren't immediate, and that's fine. Two of Pentacles we're juggling multiple things, and he's juggling. All right. That means we're working on this and working on that. Those who still have Video Vixen Avenue may still be doing that. You want to keep revenue coming in, and you want to keep followers knowing you, right? While also working on what they want you to really put your work into, all right? And setting those intentions and keeping doubts away from it, all right? But still working on it and still just becoming visible that way and building, all right? So that those that are over here start to go over here, and those that this doesn't resonate with will fall away, but you've already built it over here. So when you finally let this go, you're fine, all right? Legacy of wealth is what you're building. Again, quick riches come and go, but true prosperity is built with patience and purpose. Even if the results aren't immediate, know that what you are creating now will provide lasting abundance for the future. All right, put it into practice. All right, our 3 cards from Oshun that kind of go with it is Oshun. I'm just smiling because I love this card and I just love what it says. I love what it says for you all. All right, I get real excited when people exceed. When people exceed, yes. exceedingly and beyond. He would do exceedingly, abundantly, above all. Then what? We ask or think. Write it down. So, but exceedingly so. It wasn't an accident that I said that. But I do love when people do well and succeed. You won't have me envious or jealous of someone doing great. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oshun of unlocked gates. All right, that's why you need to work on it. Freedom, breaking barriers, unleashing potential. All right, again, that is really saying that people who resonate with you and your truth are going to just resonate with you. All right, it's okay if you're no longer, if some people fall away, let them. They need to go because they can't come transition with you to the new, and that's fine. It really is. So unlock gates, freedom, breaking barriers, unleashing potential. All right. Unleashing potential. This is so beautiful. I wonder what kind of tarot cards we're going to get. What time is it? I gotta stop letting that happen. All right. I'm just laughing at what it says for you. I hold the keys to my own liberation. You know, there you go. Ready or not, the gates to your freedom are open. Liberation comes in many forms. Choose yours. You're standing at the threshold of a newfound sovereignty. All right. We know we have a bunch of empresses and emperors in the Rooted and Rising family, right? Pinpoint what has been holding you back. Fear, self-doubt, or external factors. To embody this commitment, take immediate tangible action, no matter how small. Maybe you'll finally book that class you've been curious about, or initiate a challenge initiate a challenging but necessary conversation. Walk through this unlocked gates. No more hesitation. All right, walk fully in this thing. It's the chime. All right, conscious creator. Be clear about what you desire. Set your intentions. Write it down. Get a plan. All right, start to just let it just get in your mind, in your heart. Everything, because everything will start to move in that direction. You have a high purpose. All right, I said last time there's something that about your presence and what you're supposed to do, your words, right? Something about whatever it is you're putting in place. It doesn't matter if it's entertainment. There is something about you in your light that is needed. You have to do it, and it's building a legacy of wealth. All right, next we have Oshun of wavering love, unconditional love, compassion, selflessness. All right, that's, we have a group of counselors, teachers, leaders, advocates, you know, things like that. Those are very heartfelt and compassionate individuals. All right, able to feel and understand others very well, very intuitive to me. All right, able to feel. All right. Able to know what is being said without words even spoken. All right. And maybe, look at the rate I'm going. I don't know if we're going to get to this tarot. Maybe I have to do part 1, part 2. And what was I about to say? A lot of times, these kind of people are not associated with intuition, with this kind of knowing. All right, and that is our very, and I'm going to use gender here again. It doesn't mean, that's what I'm saying. It has to be an is, okay? Very masculine men. Very, very masculine men are very intuitive. And what I mean by that, you have to think of, military leaders. Think of people or leaders, people who do sports and boxers and things like that. People who kind of have to read other people. You have to be intuitive to read, right? But a lot of those men are very stoic. You know, just because it isn't verbal, isn't out, intuition's inside, it doesn't mean it isn't felt very deeply. So think about that. a lot of our very masculine men, are very intuitive. All right. So maybe if you never had a thought about that, they are. And I don't know why I got to that, but I was just looking at, I don't know. I don't know how I got into that with unconditional love, compassion, and selflessness. But I think we definitely don't associate that with a very heavy masculine man. But I don't know how I got there with that. But no, but I just wanted you I don't know, something that just clicked with me in that. And right, so our empresses who are with emperors, the highly masculine energy is very also intuitive, very, very good at reading the empress because they're very good. Think again, people who are into sports. You can think of them like military leaders, okay? think of coaches. Think of people who train, and think of also military actual leaders, strategic, all right? You have to kind of think, it's almost like, playing chess. It's like anticipating what's coming next, all right? That's intuition, right? Anticipating, well, the other team is going to do this, so that means I need to do this. This looks like what they're doing over here, so now we need to do this. Nope, don't go that way because they went that way. Now we need to do that. Strategy to me is very intuitive, all right? A different kind. It doesn't all look the same, all right? It doesn't all look the same, all right? I don't know how I got off on that, but that's, to me, that's, I guess, what's important to say, all right? So a lot of our men who are in this energy, don't think intuition doesn't apply to you. And a lot of our rooted in rising, where that's their preference, don't think that your emperor, just because he's stoic, doesn't anticipate or have feelings, all right? Or have intuition, all right? You're a power couple to me. That intuition is going to resonate in your connection. You're going to feel each other very strong and heavily and anticipate each other, and whatever you're going to do together, intuition will be very strong in how you move, but you may move differently, all right? Just giving you another avenue of that. Strategy for me may not be my thing. I hate things that have to do with strategy. So intuition, very different. All right. Mine is very feeling, a knowing, or like, yeah, I'm a Virgo too. Like, oh, a piece of that eyebrow went up, slightly. That meant something. All right. More like that. All right. Not necessarily anticipation in that way. All right, but more reading you in a different way. All right. Anyway, Oshun of unwavering love. Sorry, y'all. Unconditional love, compassion, selflessness. I'm worth loving. Love is in the air. It is rooted in rising in your pairings, right? If you've been feeling unloved, allow the presence of Oshun and unwavering love to be your guiding light. All right, we have got a couple readings where mostly the divine feminine was feeling unworthy of love. Again, so energies, if it applies to you, also divine masculine energies, and it applies. That card did come out. All right, so I think this is Oshun is letting you know that, you know what I mean, that it's acknowledged. All right, but love is here. All right. So she serves as a reminder of the boundless love around and within you, that you have it. In your pairings, it's a healing of love, all right? You'll be loved so very greatly and like you've never been before. All right. And this card symbolizes a journey of emotional liberation and soul level healing, which gauging through a lot of the things that Rooted and Rising has seemed to have already gone through, or maybe currently going through. This is needed, all right? The appearance of Oshun of unwavering love is a blessing, marking a time of extraordinary emotional and spiritual abundance. All right, so all that's coming to be healed. She embodies the highest essence of love, manifesting in its purest form, unconditional, eternal, revolutionary, boundless, and fearless. This love asks for nothing in return, all right? It gives freely, fully understanding that love stands as the most potent force in the universe. It mirrors the Two of Cups, all right, where there's equal give and take in the connection, all right? It's not going to be one person pouring, other receiving, and that's it. All right. That's what that's a reminder of. All right. What you're going into with your connections, and even in business connections. So for those where this is not romantic, it is still saying that it is a partnership where there's harmony, all right, where you're getting along on the same page, all right, mutually respected is given, all right, mutual respect given, all right, not one, I make the rules, this is how it goes, and the other one is just expected to follow, all right. Last one, Oshun floods. Oshun is a force. She is about love and fertility, sensuality. Yes. Oshun is all those things. She's about love, fertility, beauty, sensuality, but not to be played with. One of those F around and find out, right? Taken in by her beauty and sensuality, and then she has to show you something, all right? Oshun floods, spite, malice, revenge, and this is not as bad as it sounds. What really resonates with me for you all rooted in rising, especially since this unwavering love and all of the beautiful cards that came out from the other deck as well, even the unlocked gates, it reminds me of justice. And given what it seems like both masculine and feminine energies are either in the current stages of going through, have been through, this seems like justice. All right. And justice is the righting of the wrongs. All right. Sometimes your spiritual team, wherever you put that, all right, can come in like no other and bring justice and wreak havoc on those who opposed you. That's why I said divine feminine mostly. Doesn't mean it doesn't apply to the other. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it does not apply to the other energy. But I stated on the reads where there seemed to be such a problem with the connection, but mostly with there seems to be issues with people allowing the connection to come together. Like you have third parties wanting to step in the middle of the connection and hinder it, but mostly a lot of animosity towards the divine feminine. All right. And I said that there were a lot of divine intervention and divine timings. And I even mentioned how the divine will step in. And I also said they'll find out the hard way if they keep putting their mouth on you. Okay. You'll have a spiritual team like no other. They will say, you said what? Now, for those that are very Bible focused in whatever avenue, all right, the Bible tells you to do what? All right, to touch not my anointed, not to harm my prophets. All right, okay, all right. Also, about the thief who comes and steals. All right, he must repay what? 7 times, and then you have the right to also what? Plunder. All right, all they got going on. All right. And so that's why Oshun floods reminds me of justice, like divine justice for the rooted and rising. All right, that's why I said I will read what the meaning says, but it doesn't mean to me, it won't connect to whatever spirit is communicating. All right, I think this is divine justice for you. And it was a lot of betrayal energy of several kinds. All right, a lot that had to do with money moving and money being the interest. I know I mostly focused on the divine masculine in those reads, but it was not just even the divine masculine, and it wasn't all about money. Some of you were actually betrayed, as in betrayed by other people who you probably trusted. Who? Infidelity. All right, infidelity. All right, so it wasn't just that, and probably by somebody you knew. All right, divine justice. You have to think about if there was a lot of money movement from those who had to deal with people whose only interest was finances, or was in them financially, and doing things they shouldn't have been doing with the money, or maybe taking advantage of the other one, or maybe even moving money, maybe taking one amount from the account and moving it over here, maybe in small amounts, embezzling, all kinds of things. It's like the righting of the wrong, okay? Even for those who infidelity was the thing, maybe with somebody that you were close to, or just infidelity as a whole that you didn't know, I'm laughing because what Spirit put on my mind, like, am I allowed to do that on camera? You know what I mean? And look, guards, for those who are dealing with infidelity, and maybe if it was from the male and they was doing this to the host, okay. You know what I mean? Trifling women, they just hoeing around with who were only interested in them for the money, right? I'm just being real. For those where that was the thing, all right, and you had the receipts for all this, right? That's still a betrayal. That card reminds me of divine justice. Again, a righting of the wrong. And a lot of times Spirit will say, let me pay you back. Let me right the wrong, because I'm going to get them better than you can. All right? That's why you got to be careful who you mess with and who you open up your mouth to speak about. You don't know who is fighting for them. Now, you take that however you take it. For those who are Christians, Holy Spirit, angels fight for you, right? What's that song? I think even Jesus, right? Fighting for us. Always fighting for us. Isn't that the song? You won't hold back when it comes to your children. Yeah. All right. For Christians, those who practice hoodoo and other things, you don't know whose ancestors you pissed off. All right. By putting your mouth on their baby. All right. Opening up your mouth to speak nonsense about somebody who's divinely protected. And right, rooted in rising. Divine pairings. Divine means divine. And divine means protected. It means be careful when you deal with them. Because when you come in any form of connection with the divine, they're all opportunities. And I'm going to watch to see how you treat this divine one. And if you treat this divine, masculine or feminine, like tissue on the bottom of your foot, well, I'm going to show you something worse. All right? That's your spiritual team. And that reminds me of justice. I'll read what they say, but it reminds me of divine justice. And that's what I think has already come for some and will continue or will be on the way for others. All right? You just have to be careful. Oshun floods, spite, malice, revenge. For those who don't know, Oshun is the god. She controls sweet waters. All right. So not the seawater, like, salty water. She's all the sweet, the rivers and things like that. All right. Just for those who don't know why she would be flooding something. All right. She's a goddess of the sweet waters. All right. Tread carefully in both action and emotion. When Oshun floods appears, she doesn't tiptoe around your feelings. She's here to tell you bluntly, harboring spite, malice, and revenge drowns your spirit and clouds your judgments. It's human to feel these emotions, but letting them control you will lead to your own undoing. Stop wallowing in bitterness and resentment. It's unproductive and self-destructive. If someone's being spiteful for you, towards you, establish clear boundaries. All right, that's a reminder, as I said, about treading carefully. And not you, rooted in rising, those who continue to speak against you, even the intentions. Because for those who practice hoodoo and other things, even pulling cards, intention is everything. Even if you don't speak it and you have ill intent, all right, is enough to piss off someone's spiritual team, because they're sitting back and listening to it all. Like, oh, that's how we really feel. Well, let me show you something, because this one's divinely protected. All right, and so you just did that to the wrong one. All right, again, story time for some. I picked up these tarot cards, so we must be doing this next. Something completed. That's at the bottom of the world. Cycle completed. So this nonsense that it seems like divine masculine and feminine can relate to, and has gone through betrayal energy, whether that's infidelity, a lot of it with finances. It could even be tied to both, because somebody could have been tricking their money off on, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, tricking their money off on some random I don't know. We'll see, right? But anyway, either way, it was found out, because in every reading there were receipts. All right, and the truth was revealed, as it always does. Old black saying, I don't know if it started off, but most black people say, what's done in the dark. What's done in the dark, what comes to light. All right, anyway, a cycle is completed on that. It's over. It's done. What lies ahead, or why you've got a legacy of light, conscious creator, leader of light, why they're pushing heavy motion forward for you, it's because justice. It's the time. They say work on it, because we're bringing you justice. So all of the things you've been waiting on, all of the things you've gone through, the cycle is completed. That nonsense is over with. And for some, this can even mean traveling, going somewhere. But either way it goes, the nonsense is over. All right. Something has ended. A cycle is over. Completion. Now you're in divine justice. All right. And for the karmics, is what the people will call them. People who had the ill intentions, or the people who committed the betrayal towards the divine, the rooted and rising family. Oshun floods. She's not coming to play. All right, justice. Judgment has been ordered, and justice is now being served. Divine justice for the rooted and rising family means that they're under divine judgment. It means, the color purple, what does she say? Until you do right by me. What does Seeley tell Mister? Everything you think about is going to crumble. All right? That's what it is for them, divine. And in that movie, nothing turned around for him until he came. And since one, he had to go and get her sister. You have to watch the movie, you don't know, but people, most melanated people know this movie. Or I've read the book. I've read the book too, watch this. But nothing was set in order with him. His name was Mr. Nothing was set right. Everything was just disarrayed. Seeley was his wife, who he abused terribly in every way. All right. When she finally got the strength to leave, that's what she said. Because, he was saying, who's going to want you? What can you do? You're not even they might let you sweep the caboose. It's set in a different timing. What you going to do, sweep out the stables? What can you do? Now she was the one keeping his everything together. And that's what she said to him. She said what she said, and then said to him, until you do right by me, everything you think about will crumble. That's why the divine does not play about people putting their mouth on you, because what she spoke was a curse. Her intentions was what it was. And everything did just that. Everything crumbled for him. Nothing went right until he set it right with her. He had sent her sister off somewhere. He really wanted to, for those who don't know, he wanted to marry the sister. The dad said hell no. And the dad was no picnic either. He was abusive as well. She ran away from home because of the dad's abuse. You go look into that. I can't say that in social media. And went to the sister's house. He accepted the sister because he just wanted a maid. Back then a wife was a maid. That's what he wanted. sent the sister away because he had tried to advance the sister and the sister fought him off. And so he kicked her out. And so she went off with a family somewhere, who did missionary work somewhere. And I believe she went off with a family that in Africa somewhere anyway. He used to send her sister letters and made her think the sister was dead because he would never let Celie touch the mailbox, which she would not touch it because she knew what was coming if she did. All right, and hid all the letters until when she was older, one of her friends found it and they read it all, which empowered her to be like, you son of a bitch, right? Anyway, until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble, is what she said. So that's the kind of divine judgment that the betrayers are under. All right, and that is why the divine takes such offense to people putting their mouth verbally saying and speaking against the divine. All right, long-winded, right? I know it. Just is what it is. Oh, yeah. 9 of Wands. See, cycle's completed. He's clothed. Oh, the Emperor. Oh, and even the carpet's like this one. Oh, Jesus. 9 of Wands. See how he's worn and torn. We pulled this before in a different deck, and I explained about that. He's standing. But he's got a bandage on his head. He's got his wand. He's standing up. Holding on. And he's holding on to the wand. He's still holding on. This is a battle. Being through something. Worn and torn. All right? Still standing. Because you are. All right? This is still defense mode. Being defensive. All right? But you're worn and you're torn. You've been through something. All right? Been through something. Next card is the Emperor. Doesn't mean that the Empress has nothing to do with the Empress, but the Emperor. We know that's our leader. We know they set things in order, set things right. That's how they like things. Very stoic. Kind and compassionate. It won't be outwardly displayed. But they rule from keeping things in a set order, structure, right? But the Emperor, so a household structure he could probably be representing, because emperors are usually, if it's a pairing in a dynamic of a home, like a marriage or something like that, the Emperor means that's that energy in the home. All right. Cycle has completed. All right. The Emperor is still standing, still tired and worn, and has gone through a lot. Queen of Pentacles can be very nurturing and caring, very kind, somewhat like the Empress, except for the Empress is more abundance and things like that. But since this is a structure of a home likely, and we have the cycle completed, that's a home. Oh, on the bottom. Y'all ain't getting away from that. 7 of Swords. That's that betrayal energy. Deceptive. Betrayals, lies, deceit. It can also be, going in stealth mode when you're doing something secretly or quietly, not always in a negative way. But since we know what it is, we know what it is. We'll keep it because it's telling the story. Yep. They're just making clear about divine justice and about this, though. Because of the beginning is telling you what they want you to do and what you're going, where you're headed. Cycle is over. Remember I kept saying, freedom is coming tomorrow. And I spoke of justice. That means it's come through. This is completed. The Queen of Pentacles also represents a home. It represents the female energy, or what's it called? Feminine energy in the home is completed. This is over. So something has come to an end. It's done. It's over. Still standing. You've been through stuff. Still in defense mode. Still standing. Tired. That's the masculine energy. And on the bottom, we know why. They're telling you. All right. I'm telling you, betrayal of whatever kind. All right. And so it resonates very well with other people. Then let me show you too. It also can flip. Cycle is ended. All right. Some things come to completion. It's over. That's why I'm saying justice is being served. Worn and torn, but you're still standing. All right. Queen of Pentacles, female energy in the home, or that's what it usually represents. But the nurturing energy in the home, what's it called? Feminine energy in the home. And the Emperor as the betrayer for wherever that fits. I think this one is the infidelity. We're going to keep pulling the bottom card. Wheel of Fortune. So that's over. And now the wheel is turned. It's time to get moving. It's turned in your favor. I'll do one more card from the tarot. Emotional walk away. Wow. Oh my God. Yep, we'll take them both. Getting all the bottom cards. All right. Wow. So the wheel is turned. That's what I'm saying. That's over. So that means judgment has been issued on something. It's over. Justice is being served. The wheel is turned. That's why they want you to get to work. All right. The wheel is turned, and you walked away from all of that emotionally. You're like, okay, that's over with. I'm done. You walked away from it. It don't serve you. You're getting your emotions together because, now you're healing. That's the star energy. Star shines bright. Yes. It's healing energy. Oh, forgot it was uncovered. Okay, sorry, y'all. It's the star. Oh, my God. Oh, now I can't be able to see this. Oh, can I do it that way? It's like healing waters. Christians will be familiar with that in the Bible. Should be if you read your Bible. All right, healing waters. That's what those are. And the star represents healing. Hope, yes. There was an emotional walk away from what ended here. That's great because the wheel is turned on something. It means it's going in. If the wheel is turned, it moved. You all need to move. But there's healing, but there's also hope. That's where the divine pairing comes in. All right? There's hope in the next connection. And there's also healing because it's a connection where you come together to heal together. All right, that's what lies there. We can do one more. This is flipped the wrong way. Okay, everything wants to. Oh, it's so beautiful. 2 cards. Oh, no, cards want to slide down. We're definitely done with this. You are just, oh my God. You didn't realize it. Okay, those are the 2 cards. Try to put them together. Sliding around. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. This one is joy, merriment, all right? Socially as well. So think of going out with friends, socializing, having a good time. But there's joy and there's merriment in that, all right? So you didn't heal and stuff. That's where you're headed, at least. And then 10 of Cups, ultimate happiness, ultimate joy, all right? Ultimate joy, peace, all right? Love, all of those things, all right? Justice has been served, is being served, has been served, as in it's the time for all of these things. Conscious creator, leader of light, legacy of wealth. Oh, rooted in rising, because divine justice. That's what's here for you. I'm curious to see what this one has to say about it. I love these little cards. Excuse me. No entry. Trust signals. The universe knows your path. Wrong. And we'll do a card to clarify it, but there's no entry for somebody. We know who. Burnt bridges, no turning back. Again, a lot of you are dealing with those past energies that want to interfere with this connection. There's no turning back. Again, this one says wrong route. Wrong route, no entry. Burnt bridges, no turning back. And they know it. Whether they're delusional about it or not, they know it. All right? And for those who are dealing with, you know, things like maybe infidelity, after infidelity. All right? They know it. Betrayals of all sorts, they know it. But the outside energies, due to their infidelity, that has affected likely the divine feminine. Those outside energies know this as well. Now, whether you take them back or not is different, but. All right, one more for this cute little deck and we'll move on. Oh, my Lord. Rooted and rising. The bottom deck. Game over. Ah. Big mad. Oh, yes. Oh, this completed. This completion, this world completed. Big man. Because game over. It's done. And remember what those timing cards said in that last reading. I think you got 1 week. What did you get? 1 week? What did you get? 1 week. Yeah, I think the first one was 1 week. And then, what was it? I know the last one. Yeah, 1 week, winter, and then also, I think, spring. Okay. Wow. Oh, yeah, finger said this one over here. Okay. I was just going to pull from there and be done, but fingers tap. Hey, listen, I got to tap on this money manifestation. Let's money manifestation it. Let's see. Big man. Just trying to get the like instruction cards out here. Bottom card is healer. Healer is on the bottom. You are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. Again, you got a lot of counselor energy, teacher energy. That's healing energy. And when I spoke of taking all of this and then using it, that's healing energy. Okay, that's the lesson plan. You've gone through the lesson plan, learn from it, and share it with other people. And take this wisdom that you should have gained wisdom from this and use it. Let it be fuel. All right. Let it bring movement, but you can also use it in a way that is great, a great outcome for you. All right. All right. Healing to other people and healing to yourself. But again, something about your words. Let that just be advice, but even written words. Something about your lesson plan other people need. So create something with it. And then allow it to drive you forward into healing, yes. But also forward into this legacy of wealth. All right, let me pull from this since that was just on the bottom. Inner work, yeah. On the bottom. All right, okay, okay. Yeah, well, we know what I'm doing right now. What is she doing? All right. Ooh, y'all are going somewhere. Obligations. You have some prior contracts or commitments that still need to be fulfilled before you can completely move on to the next stage of your journey. So if you've got some obligations you need to take care of, tying up those loose ends. We can set that here. We'll do one card to clarify it. All right, retreat. Sometimes taking a break is the best thing you can do to gain clarity and a fresh perspective. Four of Swords, when I was taking these cards and being silly with it, showed itself. And that is about resting and recuperating. All right, if you've been through all this, yeah, you would need to retreat. All right, and the last one, freedom of location. Did I show you the card? Freedom of location. All right, you've gotten this one before. A truly prosperous life is one with freedom to travel and freedom to live in the locations you desire. I think y'all are going somewhere. And if you're not going somewhere, whatever you're building will allow you to go where you want to go, or move around where you want to go, or travel. So you might travel doing what you do. Whatever it is that you're working or doing may allow you to travel to those, wherever different places to do it. Whether it's vacation or actually doing that thing. All right, and then coming back to wherever you live, right? But this to me speaks of you going somewhere. All right, really quick, let's see what these obligations are. I don't know if this deck will tell us. Tarot. Let me see first. Let me see if this one, what is this one? Yeah. Ain't nobody mad. Big break at the bottom. Whatever it is, obligations has to do with the big break. A major moment is brewing. This could be the launch, the offer, or the shout out that changes everything. But again, you got the world. Something ended, likely a marriage, obligation that's like a marriage, something that would have you maybe legally binded to someone. Something ended. But big break has to do with the obligations. Toxic ties. That's what came out next. Wedding day. There's a wedding going down. From me to we, from uncertain to official. Everything feels so much different. All right, there's two ways this is going. Either this is about what just ended and part of the obligations. All right, and it's all a part of the big break and sorting things out there. Or we're not saying that you're jumping straight on into marriage, or there's something they want you to do in the new connection. We'll see. We'll clarify that. We certainly will. Toxic ties keeps coming. Yeah. A messy entanglement. No more running. The karma is catching up and someone's being held accountable. Justice. Root in the rising. They betrayed the wrong one. Yeah, good karma. Something is done. Something done in good faith is coming back multiplied. Energy never disappears. It circulates. Yeah. Well, because you are an opportunity and not in the opportunity that they used you and betrayed you in. Again, divine people are opportunities, as in divine has said, okay, let me set you right here, and this person has an opportunity, and the opportunity is going to go based on how they treated you. They had an opportunity to do right by you and they fumbled, and so they fumbled the divine, and now they are under divine judgment. Spirit is ain't mincing no words. Unsent text. A message was typed with intention, then deleted out of fear. The silence says more than the words would have. Obligations. Somebody needs to say something. Written and rising. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Intuition is high between you two. Mind reading is not. And even if mind reading was a thing, because I'm not going to say that it's not. You're just not allowed to say the thing without people saying you're crazy, right? Divine Feminine knows your intentions, knows your feelings very clearly, but still can't open the mouth for you. Vice versa. Right? Because remember, last readings ago, Spirit said, both of you. It means Divine Masculine may need to speak, and Divine Feminine may need to stop running. All right? Divine Masculine, if you're into Divine Feminine, however you pair it, got you a runner. Send the message, is what they said. That's what these obligations are about. No. Look, don't want to have this. I'm sorry. This. All right. Because however this looks like, not necessarily saying wedding day, but, you know, they want to move you towards something, an actual real connection. Because the wording on the card is about a solid, real connection. Not necessarily a wedding day, all right, but from unofficial to official, as in say something, which can't be done if you continue this unsent text. All right, because the big break has already happened, so what are you waiting for, in other words? All right, let's go on and I'm gonna pull this one deck here only because I'm prompted to, and then we gotta go because I got to I have to go. All right, Roses in Love, Oracle deck. Love is in the air, but not if you don't send the text message. You can't enjoy. You can't celebrate with the Empress. If you know what I'm saying. Now remember the last reading. You can't celebrate with the Empress. With an unsent text message, okay? Anyway. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm saying. Divine Justice. I really fumbled you, and now I'm paying the price. Yeah. That's what the betrayers did. Justice for you. That means, all right, I'm laughing at the bottom card. Justice for you. It means, let me give an example. Yeah, all of the things that in the beginning they wanted you to do, that's what they're saying, do it. They're listening, they're waiting, they're ready. Give them your attentions. They're going to run ahead of you and straighten it out right for you. All right. Work on it. It also means all the things that these betrayers did to you, financially, emotionally, yeah. They're trying to right the wrongs. They want to heal the emotional side with the divine pairing. That's, Spirit's way of doing that. All right, it's a healing connection. All right. When I get the feeling, that's what Marvin Gaye said. I won't sexual healing, but not if you don't send the text message. Okay. And also, I'm just saying, everything's stolen, taken, moved around. All right. They're ready to give it back. All right. Ready to not just replenish it, but they're saying you hold the key to this, the legacy of wealth. Now is the time. You are receiving divine justice. Whatever they wanted, even if this was a literal divorce and they tried to take something from you and hold on to something, divine justice said, hell no. This little deck, I love it. What does it say? It'll tell you what this one has. This one, oh yeah. I love this one. Pity the fools who mocks the queen's grace. I like that card. That wasn't what I was saying. This one. Prayers denied, divine wrath, unforgiven sins. That's the people that betrayed you. That's what they're in. That's what they're going to deal with. This card. Because, ooh, they're so mad. Pity the fools who mock the Queen's grace. They put their mouth on you. This is not the one I wanted, but this is the one I wanted to show you. So you can understand. That's what they're in. Because they fumbled you. But when they did it, they just were thinking about what they wanted and didn't realize that they were messing with the divine being. All right. And so they fumbled the wrong one. All right. Divine justice. Let's see. Oh, the bottom. That's what it was. When I can hold you again, I will never let you go. That's what's coming next. When you send the text message. And when the divine feminine stops running. So she may run a little bit, but give her a little chase. She might like to play. Oh, they so mad. I treated you like an option and I'm sorry. Oh, are you? Too bad. And everything reminds me of you because that's what's on the divine masculine's mind and the divine feminine's mind. Everything reminds me of my divine masculine, my divine feminine. Yeah. Okay. You got that one in siren energy there. They may like to play. Give them a little chase. They might like it. Play a little cat and mouse. All right. I'm getting off of here, right? All right. Oh, I'm trying to become the best version of myself for you. All right. As always, rooted and rising. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The reminder. The reminder. Once again, one more time, you have to hear it. Divine justice. All the wrongs are being made right in every way. Whatever that was taken from you, whatever was stolen from you, taken from you, however you were done wrong. You're right. You're right. The karmics are under divine judgment. Prayers denied, divine wrath, unforgiven sins. Says they got to pay back. All right, one way or the other. Whether it's like the color purple where Seeley said, everything you think about is going to fail. It's going to crumble. Because you did this to me. And it's not that you have revenge or spite in your heart. You may not have it in your heart. But your spiritual team, they have it. They have it for you. And they say, okay, baby, you go practice kindness over there because I'm going to go deal with this one. All right? All right. As always, stay rooted, stay rising, and aligned with all the divine gifts ahead. All right. Send that message.